Good evening, everyone. This is Kellyanne from the High Priestess Tarot and Divine Messages Tarot. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. This is going to be a collective reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the sign of Aries. I'll be taking a look at your recent past as well as your present and near future energies for you. And I'll also be looking at any obstacles or challenges that you're currently working through. I'll be asking Spirit for advice for you or messages to help you along on your soul's journey. I've already pre-shuffled with your energy so that we can get started. Remember, Aries, that if this reading does not resonate with you for some reason, please be sure to take a look at your moon or your Venus or your rising signs because there may be some information that can help you there. Okay, so let's begin. Holy Spirit, guardian angels, and my ancestors and loved ones that have crossed over. Thank you for this gift of divination, and thank you for your blessings and protection this evening. As I attempt to clarify and interpret these messages and advice that you channel through me today, I ask that you please be as clear as possible, Spirit, so that I may interpret them correctly and provide guidance to my seekers. Okay, Aries, so let's begin. We're going to start by pulling some cards for any obstacles or challenges that you're currently facing, followed by your recent past energy. We'll be clarifying those cards, and then we'll move on to your current energy as well as your near future energy, followed by some advice cards from Spirit or some messages that Spirit would like you to know moving forward, okay? So let's get started. Okay, I have some cards popping out already. Okay, so far we have the Hermit. The Hermit is major for Virgo, major arcana for Virgo. Currently, Aries, you may be feeling like you have to kind of fly solo for a little bit. This is a card that represents introspection. It represents you going within and kind of taking the time to kind of problem solve on your own. Take a hot minute, right, to just kind of figure out what has happened, and also, you know, possibly to try to problem solve, find some light in the darkness. It's really an energy about, you know, kind of isolating, really, and not being social at this time because you feel like you need this time for yourself, okay? So that may be posing as a current challenge for you right now because maybe, you know, you feel like you are isolating too much, or possibly, you know, you feel like you need more time alone, okay? So we're going to be taking a look at that in a moment. We're going to clarify those cards there. Or that card there, I should say. Okay, so in your recent past, Aries, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. We have the King of Wands here. We have the Five of Cups in reverse. We have the Five of Wands here, and we have the High Priestess. Okay, so we have the High Priestess here, which is major for Pisces. And we have some wands. We actually have 3 cards of wands, which are fire energy, could be Leo, Sag, Aries, and then we also have the Five of Cups, which is also your water energy, okay? So, Aries, what I'm strongly getting, I mean, your King of Wands is here. You know, this is definitely a fire sign. This is a mature masculine energy here, okay? But for some reason, I'm getting the sense that you're not feeling, or you were not feeling so hot in your recent past. You have the Six of Wands here, which really speaks to somebody not feeling successful, not feeling recognized, not feeling that your person was paying attention to you or giving you, you know, kind of like your props or your accolades or, you know, positive reinforcement for your contributions to something. This also could be some kind of situation that you were involved in that you just didn't feel like you were successful. It's more like a card of feeling like a failure, actually. So we're going to be taking a look at that in a moment. You also have the Five of Cups in reverse, which means that you are trying so hard to like get rid of this sadness and pain that you have been feeling, or the sense of loss and regret over something that has transpired in your past, right? You're trying to unload this pain. It could be something, you know, that has to do with a relationship, because cups are always due to, are always related to, you know, emotions or intuition, you know, a relationship, a partnership. So I'm getting the sense here, Aries, that something, you know, made you very sad and made you feel quite badly in the past, okay? Now, you also have the Five of Wands and you have the High Priestess. So it could have been that maybe you were feeling like there was a lot of competition over a Pisces, or it could have been like you felt like maybe you were arguing and fighting over this past situation where you weren't feeling successful or you weren't feeling recognized. The Five of Wands is really a card of combative energy, right? It's like you're fighting, there's competition, there's arguing, there's strife. It's like a battle, like you're constantly like fighting for something that is important to you. And this High Priestess is, the card that represents Pisces. And the High Priestess is, someone who really is trying to go within and use intuition, or you follow their heart or their gut in order to make decisions, right? And sometimes this person has a hard time communicating how they feel. A lot of times the High Priestess represents somebody who doesn't do a lot of talking. They're more like a silent observer. They use their feels to kind of navigate through life. And a lot of times they're misunderstood because of how they handle things. And sometimes they can be very quiet and reserved. So it's possible, Aries, that this situation where you were feeling not successful and possibly sad about something had to do with an argument or some kind of competition or fighting that involved a Pisces, or at least a water sign. Okay. All right. So let's go and clarify some of these cards and we'll see what's doing. Okay. So by the way, tonight I'm using the Witch's Tarot here and I'll be clarifying with the Gilded Tarot Royale. Okay. So let's clarify this Hermit card, Aries. Here we go, and see why this is posing as your current challenge. Okay, so you have the Temperance in reverse. Okay, so the Temperance is major for Sagittarius. It's in reverse. When this card is in reverse, it really is speaking to someone who's feeling out of balance. They feel like they're emotionally a little bit wobbly right now, right? They're feeling like maybe they're having difficulty maybe being patient. They might be feeling a little moody. They feel like they're maybe having a hard time regulating their emotions, and it's because something is unnerving to them. Something is making them feel like, they're just out of sorts, okay? Now, because it's with this Hermit card, it could be that maybe you feel currently that you feel isolated or you feel like you're alone right now, or it could be that you feel like you really need time to think about a certain situation that's really bothering you and you need to really take the time by yourself to figure this out. Okay, so let's continue on with this recent past energy and see what's going on here, okay? So, Spirit, I'd like to clarify the Six of Wands next to the King of Wands, please. Why is the Six of Wands in reverse? Too many, Spirit. Okay. Why is this? Look, there's another one. Okay, yeah. So, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse, and we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. 2 8s, very interesting. And it's funny because the Eight of Pentacles really speaks to somebody who is working very hard or trying to really focus on the details of something, trying to be a planner, trying to make sure all the steps are right, making sure everything's lined up so that they can be successful. But when this card is in reverse, it almost has an energy of somebody being very lax or somebody feeling like maybe in the recent past, they didn't plan as well as they felt they should have, or maybe they feel like they didn't pay attention to the details, or they didn't take enough time in investing in their future. And you also have this Eight of Cups energy here, which when it's in reverse, it's kind of like you going back to a situation, or you kind of coming back to someone who maybe you felt like walking away from at one point, right? So it could be this situation here. Maybe, you decided that maybe all the arguing and everything that you were doing was not in your best interest. So you decided that you would revisit this relationship. Because the Eight of Cups is really like, should I stay or should I go? It's kind of like, is it worth the fight, right? Here with this Five of Cups and the Five of Wands. But perhaps the reason, Aries, that you were feeling unsuccessful in the recent past is because of this like indecisive energy here, right? With this Eight of Cups, and then also possibly not planning for something or not putting forth the effort required in order to make something work or gel that may have to do with your finances in the future or just your overall, relationship here. Okay, let's pull some more cards to clarify this. Can I please have a card, Spirit, for this Five of Cups? What was this sadness about that you want to get rid of? What is this Five of Cups, Aries? Let's see. Oh, there's one. Just popped over. Okay, yeah, we have the Nine of Wands. So perhaps in the recent past, Aries, you were seriously thinking about throwing in the towel. You were like kind of like toying back and forth with giving up on something, right? When the Nine of Wands is in the upright, it has to do with somebody like refusing to give up. Like you're really tired, you're like over it, you're done, but you're hanging on. But in the past, it could have been either you or a person that you were involved with decided to throw in the towel. They decided, you know what? I'm kind of done fighting. I'm done being sad. I want to just let this go. I want to stop what we're doing here and kind of, end this. Okay. Tell me more about the High Priestess, please. Tell me more about the High Priestess, please. Tell me more about the High Priestess, please. Okay. Yeah, the Chariot. Okay. So it's looking like perhaps why you were fighting, or perhaps why you decided to revisit this relationship and kind of emotionally come back to it, was that you were feeling with this Chariot card, which is major for Cancer, that you felt like success was to be had with this person. Okay. Your intuition or your gut, or you were following your heart and you felt like you were going to move towards success here. Okay. And possibly after you sorted things out, and you decided to let go of previous pain that you had in a relationship, maybe you were able to move on, right? You were able to move forward with either this High Priestess or whatever else you were embarking on, or possibly this is, a brand new relationship with another person. Okay. So let's go ahead now and let's go into your current energy. Let's see what's going on. What's cooking for Aries right now? Why is this all going down? What's going on? What's shaking? All right. So we have the Two of Pentacles, right? Somebody's trying to make a decision about something. You're balancing two things. You have a lot on your plate right now. Maybe you're trying to figure out different opportunities that might be ahead of you, and you're trying to decide. If you're kind of going back and forth. Okay. Now you have the Six of Swords, you have the Three of Swords in reverse, Aries, and you also have the Page of Wands. Okay. So what I'm strongly getting here, because the Three of Swords really has to do with you healing from something that may have happened in your past, and you're still trying to heal from that now. Okay. It is still a healing process going on. So something may have been very painful here in your past, something that really hurt you. Okay. And with the Six of Swords, that really is somebody who is trying to move away from something that was very painful, or something that just wasn't working, right? Something that wasn't serving you in the past, and now you're moving to calmer waters, right? You're trying to get away from that energy. Now, it's possible with this Two of Pentacles that you have choices and you're trying to decide which option you're going to go with, right? Because pentacles sometimes have to do with your finances. It can have to do with, you know, stability in your home. And you do have this Page of Wands here, which is an idea. You're thinking about a new opportunity or a new plan that you have for yourself. A page is really just the initial idea of something. Nothing's been, you know, done about it yet. It's just kind of like that spark that like, this sounds like a good idea, or maybe this is something that I'd like to go after, right? The ones have to do with like creative energy and movement forward and like communication and wanting to pursue something. Okay, so it's possible, Aries, that right now in your current energy, you're toying with things, like you're kind of toying with ideas in your head, right? And while that's going on, you just want to heal from all of the nonsense that happened to you in the past that made you want to kind of, you know, unleash, or I should say, get rid of this Five of Cups in reverse energy, which was very, very painful. There's a lot of sadness here, that fighting, arguing, whatever that was. And you're trying to move into a place of peace in your life. You're trying to move forward. So let's go ahead and clarify some of these cards to get more information for you. Tell me about this Two of Pentacles, Spirit. What is this Two of Pentacles about for Aries, please? What is this Two of Pentacles about for Aries, please? Okay, I have lots of cards here popping out. I'm only going to take these two. 3. All right, so we have the Queen of Swords. We have the Sun. And we have the Ten of Swords. Yes, what was I just saying? Okay, so, you know, the Ten of Swords is an ending to something. It's closing out a cycle, right? This was something that was psychologically very painful for you, emotionally very painful for you. And typically when this card comes out in a reading, it has to do with an energy that you can't really revisit. It's kind of like, this is like the ending, like an ending of something. Now, this could be coming up, you know, right next to the Three of Swords here, because you're really moving away from this pain, right? With the Six of Swords and with the Five of Cups in reverse. Like, you're trying your best to kind of leave anything that happened in your past that was painful or hurtful or traumatic to you. You're trying to move away from that. Now, you do have the Sun, which is major for Leo, right? The Sun always represents, enlightenment. It has to do with illumination to a situation. And it really does represent like joy and happiness and a sense of fulfillment and completion here. So coming up in your current energy, that's actually very good. And you have it next to the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a mature feminine energy. This could be Libra, it could be Gemini or Aquarius, right? It's air energy, but it doesn't have to be. The Queen of Swords is someone who really is trying to make a very, very logical decision about something, or they use logic or intellect and facts to kind of guide them through life, right? This is somebody who doesn't really let their emotions get in the way of their decision making or their problem solving. Okay, so whatever it is that you're thinking about, it may have to do with you repairing something with this Queen of Swords energy, this person, because you have the Sun here, or it has to do possibly with you just moving away from a lifestyle that was very painful and very traumatic toward something that you feel like you can be motivated about with this Page of Wands, right? But the reason that this Queen of Swords is here is because she represents truth and she expects truth, and she maybe sometimes can be a little harsh or a little cold. She may seem somewhat aloof sometimes. So it's possible that this person, possibly air energy person, may have caused you some pain here. Okay, some heartache. And, that cycle, it's showing, it's closing out, because the Sun really represents, you know, transformation and enlightenment and happiness. So it's good to see, at least in your current energy, that, you know, it's a 10 and that pain is closing out. So that's always a good thing. Okay, so let's go now to your future energy. I'm going to kind of go this way because I'm running out of room here. So let's go this way. Future energy, please, for Aries. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Near future energy. What can Arians expect? What can my Arians expect? We have the Five of Pentacles. Let's get a few more. Getting the Seven of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Okay, so what I'm strongly getting, Aries, is that in the near future, you or your person may be feeling a little bit left out in the cold. Okay, you may be feeling a sense of lack in terms of your finances. You may be feeling in the near future that there's kind of like you feel like a little bit abandoned. Okay, or you feel like you're kind of like, I have it like a sense of remorse or regret about something. It could possibly have to do with your stability. It could have to do with you know, financial issues, or possibly some kind of planning for the future that maybe you feel left out about, or your partner feels left out about. Now, with this Queen of Wands, this is also fire energy, right? Leo, Sagittarius, doesn't have to be. The Queen of Wands, when in the upright, typically represents a female, mature female, feminine energy that is usually a very motivated, very fiery, very sassy, you know, a go-getter, goes after what they want. But when it's in reverse, it's kind of someone who may be feeling not that way. Like for some reason, they may be feeling like unmotivated, feeling out of sorts, not feeling like they're in their energy. They may be feeling a little bit depleted, or a little bit almost like they've lost their mojo kind of thing because of this situation here. Now, with the Seven of Swords here, this is somebody who wants to come clean and wipe the slate clean and clear the air about things in the past that maybe were unsavory, whether that was behavior or choices or things that they had done that maybe would have painted them in a bad light. Okay, this is somebody who is trying to, you know, have a conversation about this. They want to come clean. They want to kind of clear the air so that, you know, things can start over again. So this may have to do with a financial issue, I'm getting. Okay, now this is going to be happening in your near future. Okay, this conversation. There may be conversations about finances moving forward. There may be conversations about maybe investments that went wrong, or whoops, there we go, too many. And you know, it's probably an important conversation that you might want to have moving forward. Okay, so let's get some more information about this. Why is the Five of Pentacles here? Why is the Five of Pentacles here? Why is the Five of Pentacles here, please? Okay, yeah. So let's get another one. With the Two of Swords in reverse, you are having a very hard decision here to make about something. You have to be very logical about this decision that you're going to make. When this card shows up in a reading, especially in a future placement, it really has to do with you kind of feeling like you can't really see all of the information, right? Often when this card shows up, the person's blindfolded, okay? And you kind of feel like, okay, I can go in one direction or I can go in another direction. And when it's in reverse, it's like a very, very hard decision. It's kind of like you just don't know what to do. Like you don't know which one is the best option for you. You're having a hard time choosing. So that's going to come into play here. And that also may have to do with your finances. Excuse me. Now, we also have the Ace of Cups here, though. So it is showing that once you clear the air about something here, Aries, possibly about past behaviors or things that kind of lent itself to this financial sense of lack, perhaps, for lack of a better word here. It's showing that by choosing to do that, a new beginning, a new chapter, kind of like a new beginning in love with this Ace of Cups, a new opportunity, moving forward. This is a good card to have in your future energy, right? Because it's like cups have to do with emotion. It has to do with, relationships. It has to do with your intuition, all of those things. So it's showing that however you want to handle this, when you make that decision with the Two of Swords, that's ultimately going to affect your relationship in a very good way. Okay? All right. So let's get some advice from Spirit here, Aries. Spirit, let's have some advice, please, for Aries subscribers. What would you like my Aries viewers to know moving forward? What can they expect? Or what advice do you have for them moving forward, please? Whoa. Okay, so we have a few cards here that came over. Okay, so you have the Ten of Pentacles, right? You have the Four of Cups, and you have the Page of Swords in reverse. So what I'm strongly getting is that there is possibly, now this could either be you or your person. Somebody here with this page is trying to gather as much information as possible about your relationship. Okay? Somebody, because you have the Four of Cups here. This may be an energy where somebody's kind of being very watchful. And when this card is in reverse, sometimes for me as a reader, I always get the sense like this person is maybe, looking on social media, asking about you, like driving by your house. There's a little bit of a stalky energy to it, a little bit of like trying to gather all the information so that they have it in their back pocket, which they can possibly use against you down the road. This could be either you or your person, take it how it resonates with you. You have this Four of Cups here, right? Now the Four of Cups is kind of like someone in a relationship feeling like maybe a little bored or feeling like they're just sort of like despondent. They're just kind of like, and it could be because the situation with this financial thing that may be going on here, right? Maybe they feel like, they don't really see like anything going on. It's almost like it's kind of like a card that represents just a disinterest, maybe in something. And even though somebody may be offering like a cup of like a way to repair something or an apology, it's just like you're just like, you're a little bit apathetic about it. Okay. Now I am seeing the Ten of Pentacles here, which is a lovely card, right? So I think it's kind of showing that you may need to really start gathering a lot of information, okay, to yourself about possibly different ways of making money or different ways of getting your home in a secure position moving forward. You know, in this deck, you have this older gentleman, right? And he's got like his grandchild there. He has the dog. He has the house in the background, the couple, maybe his child and their partner. And this card really speaks to, you know, planning ahead for the future, like into retirement or making sure everybody's financially sound and everybody's okay. So possibly this Page of Swords could, you know, really represent somebody trying to gather as much information just in case they need it, right, about this situation, which may really help this situation with the Four of Cups, right? Maybe you're kind of feeling like, oh, I wish I could, you know, do something more than what I'm doing. Or I wish, you know, I could have more adventure in my current scenario or something like that. That's what I'm getting here. Let's clarify some of these cards. Okay, why is the Page of Swords here, please, in reverse? Spirit, why is the Page of Swords here in reverse? Why is the Page of Swords here in reverse? Okay, I'm getting the Seven of Cups in reverse, and I'm getting the Nine of Swords. Yep. So you are very worried right now, Aries. Very worried. It's keeping you up at night about your choices. Okay? You're very worried about your choices moving forward. You're trying to gather as much information so that you're prepared. Okay? Because you're possibly worried about not being able to provide for this relationship, and you're concerned that your inability to financially provide may cause this despondent energy in your relationship, because the Seven of Cups really has to do with choices, right? It has to do with being kind of confused, or you don't really have enough information. But the good thing is, Aries, that the Seven of Cups is in reverse. So what that is showing me is that if you gather information to you and keep it kind of in your back pocket for later, even though you're not ready to use it right this second, you're going to be able to have clarity. You're going to receive some kind of clarity. Everything's going to become very clear to you about what your choices should be. Okay? So it's basically showing me that there's really no reason to worry. Okay? Because you are going to have clarity here. Okay? So Aries, this is what I have for you. I hope that this reading has helped you in some way. And if so, please comment, like, share the video, and subscribe, of course, to my channel. Every little bit helps my family, and I appreciate your support so much. I hope to see you at the next reading. And please always remember, no matter what, to keep gratitude in your heart. Thank you, and God bless.